Hi, this is Allie from Allie Katz Crafts. I'm here to bring you another tutorial on Cozy Christmas, October 2025. We will make 9 cards with it, 3 of each kind, as you can see right there. Each thing comes with 3 different card bases, but I usually cut them out. I don't do what it says. It comes with 3 different layers. You get 6 ornaments. You get joy. You get some stuff to make Christmas trees, and that's the other half of the ornament. So you have tons of stuff to do with this. But I don't like to do it because they're kind of boring. So, you can buy these extra dies. It's an extension thing, and it's cool. I use that one a lot. So, I'm going to make 2 cards this afternoon, and things I'll need is I'm going to have paper, of course, and I'm going to be cutting. I have that cut already. I'm going to use this die right here. It's a Christmas stocking, and here's the little toe thing. So I've already cut that out, and I picked up my paper, and it did not have a die to do the top, so I did my own thing, which I could show you. I want to show you actually so you'll know. So what I did was I took the card base that came with the kit, and I cut just a front to put on a white one, okay? And you can see that kind of went over a little bit, which is really not that bad, but I think I want to trim it. So you can get your paper trimmer out, or you can trim right along the edge. It's up to you what you want to do. Okay? I pre-glued that on so we wouldn't have to think about it. So the next layer, I'm going to put this layer on. And I picked this paper from the Santa one. I'm not sure what it's called. It was last year's. It's retired. And I only have a little bit. So that's what I picked for the background because I'm doing a Christmas stocking. I thought it would really be cute. So I evened that out, put it on there. So the next thing, I have this punch here. And it does borders. It's a very old one. So what I did was I kind of figured out, I took and turned my paper over like this, took my stocking, laid it like this, and I decided, okay, so I want it about that big. So I grabbed my pencil, and I did a line there. It's so easy. You're going to just go, wow. So it doesn't have to be totally perfect. And I did that. And then I cut there like that. Then I took my paper because I know that's a straight line, or I think it is. Let me double check. It should be a straight line, but let's just check. So I know that one is straight, so I'll stick it in here. No, it was not straight because it kind of looked like it was a little crooked, but now it's straight. So now I will take my paper and I will put it in here. And I want to put it so it's all the way in, as you can see. So you want to take and just stick it in there. And you want it a little further this way on purpose because you want to make sure it cuts. So then you punch it out and see it's not all the way. So now I will take, and if you look at that little green line there, I will take and line that up and then punch it down. So there's that one, and I'll do the same thing over here. So we'll line it up. Put it all the way in and push down. Okay, so now you have the piece that I have. Okay, and then you'll take it and you can put it on your stocking. And I purposely did it a little big so I could just cut it off or do whatever I want with it. So I already have this one pre-cut and ready to go. So the next thing I will do, I just want to show you how to do that. And this is, I don't know, it's a border blue punch number, I don't know. I got it at a garage sale for like $3. I have several other ones of my own, but I kind of got rid of most of them. And then I saw that, I'm going, oh, I have to have that one. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my dimensionals. They're right here, next to me, right in front of me. How about that? And I'm going to pop up the top part of the stocking. because I thought that it needed that. I need to turn my light on. I forgot. Hold on a second. There we go. I bet you that's better, right? So I'll pull off all my backings. I'll stick at the top of my stocking. And I want it to go over the sides a little bit so it looks kind of 3D-ish like that, see? But not quite that much. So I'm going to trim a little bit off. It's a little bit too further than I wanted, so I'll just trim off just a tiny bit. There we go. That's better. So now I have my little end piece. And I need to move that out of the way. It's in my way. I think I'll pop that up also. And this die cut, I think it's Stamps of Life, but it doesn't have the name on it. I've had it in my stash. I buy dies and stuff from all kinds of places. It could be a Sizzig one. I don't know. But I like dies, so I'm going to pop that up right there at the toe. Give a little bit of 3D. And I also have the word joy. Now, this card base, the bottom layer, came from the kit. And this joy is part of one of the card bases. And that came from the kit too. So I'm going to glue that down flat. Like so. Get my glue everywhere. Put that straight across, and that's joy. There. So now I'm going to pop it up on my card a little bit. I know I'm double pop dotting. What's wrong with me? I just think it would look really good. That's what's wrong with me. And we don't need a whole lot, but we do want it to stand up. And that's what's important. Because that's what makes this card. Yeah, I think I put too many on. I have to support this area. I think that's okay. Let me see. Nope, it needs to be supported there. Okay, there. That's much better. Okay, there we go. So that's going to go there. But I have to first put my twine around the top of it. I almost forgot again. So I want to put some twine right here. Right across. And tie it in a bow. Like that. Yeah, I like that. I want it to hang down a little bit. There we go. So now I'll pull off the dimensionals, backings. Get my collection over here. I want to close this up. This card's going to go pretty fast. The next one's going to take a little more time. I keep thinking there's something right here, but that's part of the joy. So I use the joy from the extra parts of the extra dies which you get from the Paper Pumpkin. You can only get it if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. So you should subscribe. Trust me, they're fun. So I'll put this right here on the front. And notice the paper is Christmas stockings. That's why I chose that paper. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to bring in a little glitter thingy, little glitter dots. I thought what would be really cute is if I took and I put some on joy to make it really stand out. Just like that. I don't know where my take or pick tool is. Oh, here it is. It's in the drawer where it belongs. There's one. Turn that one over. I didn't let the glue set up long enough, so it's having trouble. That's okay. I'll go to this one. Oh. Let's try it with my scissor ends. There we go. There. So we have joy there. So the other idea I came up with, I thought about it. I thought, should I go along here? But I'm going to do it. So I'm going to put one dot here, just because I want it to be really sparkly. So you notice how I do that? Do it both ends. Then I go around the edges so that it'll be even. Because if I start at one end and do the other, it won't be even. I know that already, because I've done it too many times to mess it up, to know. So I'll let that sit for a second. I'll turn these guys over. And it should be ready. There. Come on. Does not want to turn over. I'll put a few more out so I don't have to hassle with it. There we go. And there we go. Oh, that did not stick. Huh. Scissors to the rescue as always. There we go. And I'll set those aside. So that card is finished. I'll step inside in a minute. I love this stocking. I was so happy to get it out. I'm going, oh, I haven't used that in years. Made me very happy. So the next card we're going to do like a little quilt, a mini quilt. Okay? So I have all my pieces. I'm going to use, remember that tree? I've cut it up lots of times. I'm going to use that in this quilt. Sorry, I just had to get a drink of water. So I have several pieces here. Okay, so I'm going to show you if you want to take a screenshot so you'll know what to do. You need a piece of paper that's 3.5 by 3.5 inches. That is this one. You're going to find the middle. You're going to put a line down each side. So 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then, so I've already done that right here. So I'm going to grab my ruler. Once you've marked where it is, you grab your pencil. After you've marked it, let me get my pencil. And you will take your ruler and put a line right there. Because you're trying to find the middle, but you're also making lines so that you can make your little quilt. I don't know if any of you do quilts out there, but you know how quilts have little mini pieces that you put together and then you sew it together. Well, we're going to do that, but we're going to glue it together instead. So here's my square. Okay, just like I did on this one. So now the other thing I have is I have part of the basic card base, and I embossed it with my Merry Melody 3D embossing folder. This is long gone, retired. I'm so sorry, but it's a wonderful folder. That's all I have to say. So now that we have our square ready, we have our pieces, I would like to glue this on the front of it, just so I have it ready to go, okay? And it is embossed. You want to make sure you put enough glue on there. And I need to say thank you, Lori. I was almost out of glue, and my seniors are going to be happy because I was able to fill mine up and get their bottles all ready to go for tomorrow's class. She purchased a bunch of glue for me and some glue bottles, which was very sweet and kind. so my seniors will have some glue. So I'm going to set this aside and this aside, and we're going to work on this little quilted card. Okay, so you have your, this is like I think it's a balmy blue. I don't remember which one I used. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. So you're going to start by using, this is the card base, one of the card bases. I used this. This came out of the those little Christmas trees. I cut them up. This is a part of the envelope, the flap. And this is the sentiment saying. So we are going to start by doing this. We are going to grab one piece and we're going to glue it to this side of the line. So we're going to line up, the reason we need the line is so we can do this, so we can line it up. So you're going to grab it, and you want to, that does not look straight, so I need to fix that. There. It's important that everything's straight on here too. So you're going to take and put it on, glue it to this side. Then you're going to grab the next piece, and you're going to glue it on this side. So we're going to go like in a windmill pattern. So I'm going this direction. So we're going to go this direction. Okay. Then you're going to turn your paper. And now you're going to glue this side like this. Okay. That looks straight. Thought it wasn't straight there for a second. I was getting a little worried. Okay. Then last piece, you're going to turn it again. You're going to glue it to that side. And these are 1/2 inch long. They're 1/2 inch pieces, and just however long you want, because you're going to trim it. So it's not a big deal. So you're going to turn it over, and you're going to trim them. So that's the center part of your quilt. Okay. Next step, you're going to grab your little trees. No, actually, I want to do this first. So you're going to grab this. This is your tree trunk. So counterclockwise, remember? So you're going to put a little bit of, let me see where the tree goes. It's going to go right here. So I'm going to put the glue about right here. Okay. And then I'm going to put this one down. Okay. And trim it. Counterclockwise, remember, or clockwise. We're going to turn this way. The next tree stump is going to go right here. Okay. It's going to go right there, and then you're going to trim it off. And this was the envelope piece. We're using it to make the trunk on the tree. Turn it again, and you're going to do the same thing on this side. And trim it. So the card base, 3.5 by 3.5, 1 3/4, 1 3/4, and put a line down each side so that you have it. So turn it again. And these are 1/2 inch wide, as you could, 1/4 of an inch. I am so sorry, I said 1/2. These are 1/2 inch pieces. This is 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so now I got all my little tree trunks on. Trim them up. Next step, my sleeve is grabbing everything. I'm going to grab my tree. See the tops of the trees. Look at that. Isn't that cute? We're going to glue those on. All those little pieces. Remember those little pieces that used to be a wreath? No longer a wreath. I got extra glue on my finger so I could turn it again and put that tree top on. And then turn it one more. Turn it again. And put that tree top on. It's like a little picture. So if you're quilting, there's a lot more work to it than what I'm doing. It took a little prep work to get everything cut down. Okay, so that's that. Now, I have these little squares that are 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. I'm going to take the square, I'm going to cut it just like this. And I'm going to cut the other one because you need 4 pieces. Straight across, okay? So now you're going to make, you know those little candies that you get at Christmas? I forgot what they're called, little star things. So we're going to put a little bit of glue here. And you're going to set it right here in that little middle. And you're going to turn it, okay? So if you notice, I put it just like that. So the next one, you're going to do the same thing. So that's why I turn it, so I don't lose track of where I am. And it's this little red and white candies. They're these guys, whatever these things are called. See? Those little guys. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it. Wait, I turned it. Then I turned it. Now I've got it right there. So the next one will be right here, like this. Okay, I'm going to turn it one more time. This is the last one. It's a very fun card. Once you get everything cut up, you're just like, wow, it goes really fast. But I didn't want to spend the time to cut it with you because I thought that would take too much time. So here, look at how cute that is. That's our little thing. Oh, I have a little string there. So now I'm going to get my dimensionals. Put it right here. I'm going to put it on the card. There we go. Very fun card. I really had fun. I saw someone doing something like this, and I didn't fully watch her. But then I went back and looked at it, and she wanted a little tiny one. I wanted a bigger one. And because I instantly thought, what I thought was, I'm going, oh, I could use the tops of those little, I can make more trees. That was my whole thinking why I did this card. It's not quite even. I didn't like it. You have a couple seconds to work to change it to where you really want it. Okay. That's better. It's there. So right here, I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas. And I need this guy right here. And that. And I need to put my glue. I'm going to use that again. I'm not quite done. But I want to get this stamped. So we're going to tap, tap, tap. And this time I'm going to make sure it's really good this time. Because last time I didn't do a very good job. I'm going to line it up. Hold it down. Let everything marinate together. And then there we go. Oh, much better than last time. That makes me happy. And I got some more ink on me. Let me clean it off my hands. Just everywhere. I am a messy Marvin. There. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals again. So I want to pop this up. And then when I'm done with this, we will do some decorating of our envelopes and the inside of this card. Okay, and that goes right there. And I will grab these little things that come off automatically. They don't even do anything. I'll put one right there. Oh, that was really a lot of glue. Way too much glue. I don't know why it came out so fast. But it did. It is what it is, right? I'll put this one right up here. I don't know where. Don't want to, well, you know what? I think it'll look good right there. No, I don't want to mess. Nope, I'm going to put it on the quilt. I'm going to put it on the quilt. There we go. I wasn't going to, then I thought maybe I will. So there's that card. Simple and sweet. And then here's my other card. I love this one. I love them both, actually. I just wanted to do something different. So I had to figure out different ideas. And I've seen people do these quilts before, and I've done a few of them, but I haven't done this design. So I thought, oh, I like that. Hers was like this big. It was like, I think it was 2 inches by 2 inches. It was very small. And I'm going, that's not very big. I want it bigger. I'm using up those trees, the tree tops. So I use this from the kit, this from the kit, this from the kit, and this. And I use the stamp and the blingy blings. So I used quite a bit from the kit this time, again, which I'm very proud of myself. So now, the next thing I want to do is I want to do my envelopes, which are right here. And I have this right here. And I'm going to use my markers. My friend Lori gave me. Thank you, Lori. I love them, love them, love them, love them. It's so cool. So I'm going to take and go the green. Go over the green here really good. These really work good for coloring stuff because when I stamped this the first time to test it, it was bad because it was all red. There was no, or green, I mean. And I'm going, oh, I need the red berries. And coloring over them did not work. So I had to do this. So I will put this right here. See how cute that is? I had to do that for this one. So then I'm going to grab the red again. These markers are amazing. There's so many things you could do. I can't believe Stampin' Up! is getting rid of them. Yes, the blenders are wonderful too, but these, you can't do this with the blenders. So if you have a solid stamp, it's whatever color that is. That's it. That's all you get. No change in it. And you huff on it, it brings the life back into the ink. There we go. Cute. I think it's really cute. I like it a lot. So let's do my other envelope. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do something different with this envelope because this is for the Christmas stocking. And I found a little tiny stamp that I've had for I don't know how long. And I could stamp it right here. Oh, I just love this. It's so cute. One right there. Very cute. So, 2 different card bases here. Oh, wait. I need to do one more thing. So now we have the card envelopes done. Let's work on the card inside. So this one, I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas on the inside. Bring this back in. I'm going to line it up. Stamp it just like that. And I got some ink right there from my finger. Does the Christmas stocking? Well, that's not a problem. Watch this. Actually, you know what? Where's my garden green ink? I know it's around here. I was just using it. There's Old Olive. Well, maybe I was using Shaded Spruce. Let's do Shaded Spruce. That will work. It's right here. Let's put a green stocking on there. Where's my stamp? Here it is. Clean it off really good. There we go. Cute little green stockings on the bottom. Good to go with the stocking that's inside, right? Okay, and then this one on the inside, I was going to stamp. Of course, I did red on the outside. Let's just stick with red. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is from Stamps of Life, the Christmas bulbs. So there's that. Then I have this cute little border here that I plan to do with this one, and that's going to be in the Shaded Spruce. I think I'm going to go, I get it even. Just like that. Adds a little extra. And I will grab my, where's the stars? Here they are. Let's close these up. And I will need my crushed curry. There's that one. Really lightens it, makes it look really pretty. So I'm going to put that around this one too. Well, I do have the stockings. Now I'll just throw one on here. Why not? Right? That looks good. Okay. There we go. We have 2 more cards. A quilted card using several things from the kit. And a Christmas stocking using the Joy and this paper from the kit and that paper. And Merry Christmas. Actually, not that paper, sorry. So that's my card, and the envelopes, of course, are these. Okay. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.